Hello everybody, this is Tony and I want to welcome you to Success Components, Attitude and its Effects on Success. I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things today, and one is there's scientific proof that attitude really affects success in business and in life. Also, I'm going to give you a bonus. What is the number one thing needed for online success? This is Norman Cousins. In about 1964, Norman Cousins returned home from a meeting in Moscow, Russia. He experienced severe joint pain and fever. He was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. That's a collagen illness that attacks the connective tissues of the body. Now, he was told that the most likely cause was his exposure to heavy metal poisoning. He questioned the diagnosis because his wife, who was with him on the trip, did not experience any of those symptoms. Now, while he was in the hospital, he started to research the effects of success on the body and found out that it could be detrimental to the immune system, which we know today to be absolutely true. Now, because of his position as editor of Saturday Review, he was able to utilize the magazine's research department for information on his symptoms. He read about the theory of negative emotions are harmful to the body, so he thought, well, if negative emotions were detrimental to your health, well, then positive emotions should improve your health. So he checked himself out of the hospital and into a Manhattan hotel suite. He hired a nurse who read humorous stories, played Marx Brothers movies for him, and although his physician did not endorse it, he took massive doses of vitamin C. The only reason the physician went along with it was because Cousins so strongly believed in vitamin C supplement. Now, I have other research that I'm going to put in our newsletter a little later on what vitamin C can do, but we absolutely know for sure that this is a very good treatment. The treatment proved to be so effective that in very little time Cousins was off all painkillers and sleeping pills. He also found that the laughter relieved the pain and helped him to sleep. He returned to work and wrote about his experimental treatment, a book called Anatomy of an Illness. And in 1989, it was finally acknowledged in the Journal of the American Medical Association that laughter therapy could help improve the quality of life for patients with chronic illness, and that laughter has an immediate symptom relieving effect. Now, there was another doctor, Dr. Lee S. Burke, and his team of researchers at Loma Linda University, California, that suggests, similar to exercising, that you schedule humor into your daily routine, and that's beneficial to your health. We also know this is true. Now, the team of researchers have demonstrated that even the anticipation of a scheduled positive event or experience can initiate positive changes in neuroendocrine and stress hormone response. Basically, in plain English, looking forward to a happy experience may be good for you. We also know this is true according to these findings. Now, the findings on anticipation are based on a study where healthy males were randomly divided into two groups. Throughout the study, both groups were treated the same, with the exception that the experimental group watched a self-selected humorous video, but the control group did not. Both groups that participated were notified 3 days in advance to which group they belonged to. And the researchers drew blood from both participants at several intervals during, before, and after the hour that the participants either watched the humorous video or waited in a neutral, non-stimulating room, as was determined prior to the study. Now, the bloods test showed that the expectation of the video positively affected viewers, and that was before the video even started. Now, the higher levels of these positive hormones in the groups that watched the humorous video were sustained not only during video watching, but also afterwards. The psychological effects of a single 1 hour session of viewing a humorous video appeared to last from 12 to 24 hours in different individuals. The study showed that laughter from happiness or joy optimizes the activities of specific components of the immune system and offsets the symptoms of chronic stress. And this is a picture of the group that one of the groups that was used in that laughter study. And here's a quote from famous pastor Charles Swindoll on attitude. It says, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, or a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way, and we cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. And I totally agree with Charles Swindoll 100%. And there have been many studies done on the correlation between attitude, happiness, and success. As a matter of fact, Winter Park Hospital in Florida, and that's the area where I'm from. I'm actually from Orlando. Winter Park is a suburb of Orlando. They started a program to help people cure some very serious illnesses using humor. And what science has discovered is that when you laugh, your brain is flooded with a natural substance called a peptide that acts as a neurotransmitter. As a matter of fact, Wikipedia defines endorphins as endogenous morphine, are endogenous opioid peptides that function as neurotransmitters. Now, they are produced by the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus in vertebrates during exercise, excitement, pain, consumption of spicy food, love, and orgasm. And they resemble the opiates in their abilities to produce analgesia and a feeling of well-being. The term endorphin implies a pharmacological activity analogous to the activity of the corticosteroid category of biochemicals, as opposed to a specific chemical formulation. It consists of two parts, endo and orphan. These are short forms of the words endogenous and morphine, intended to mean a morphine-like substance originating from within the body. Endorphins are 200 times more powerful than morphine, so you should definitely laugh. Here's a quote. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, there is one factor that can make the difference between damaging your relationship and deepening it. And that factor is attitude. And that's a quote by William James. I wanted to recommend a site to you. The first one is www.howtogrowyouryounger.com. This is Ellen Wood's site. It's a Grow Young site. And man, what awesome content. I highly recommend her site. She definitely will get you on the right track when it comes to attitude and several other things. She teaches you how to take care of your skin. She's got some breakthrough discoveries on that are just phenomenal, along with a lot of helpful health suggestions. I'm also including her links below the video so you can click, or you can pause the video and copy them. I normally won't include clickable links. However, this is one you really should visit. And I hope Ellen doesn't mind, but I've included her picture also. She's earned the right to teach you these things. If you notice, she's in her 70s, and look how beautiful she is. Her skin looks young. The second link, by the way, is her blog site. And now that you've discovered there is scientific evidence that happiness and attitude actually enhance your health and your success, well, I told you at the beginning there was a secret to online success, and there is, and it's focus. Now, what I mean by focus is when you first get started on the internet, and it's happened to me for almost 2 years, you'll experience, and if you haven't already experienced it, you will, a flood of emails in your inbox where you'll probably have opted into so many lists because they said that you could have one-click profits, discover the best online opportunity, the system that will change everything in your business, and on it goes. Now, most of the claims are hype, some are even garbage and simply do not work. However, some of the programs are great. The problem is you can only focus on one at a time. All the big money earners online have one main thing in common. They all know how to tune out all of the offers and garbage and focus on their goal at hand, and that is to grow the business that they developed or chose to promote. So find that one business that fits you. You can do your due diligence, check it out, but once you make a decision, then go for it. You build that business until it's profitable and can stand on its own, and then on to something else. Now, that's how all the people do it who earn big money online. They promote several offers at once. They have product launches, and you think, how in the world can I ever do that? How they do it, that is how they do it. They start with one thing, and they get it going while tuning out everything else. And then once that endeavor's up and running almost on its own, they go on to start something else. But remember one thing, and nothing, and I mean nothing, no matter what anybody tells you online, nothing runs on its own without work and adjustments, and you have to watch over your business. All right, thank you, and I hope you found this newsletter useful, and I will see you again soon.